Hey guys, welcome to the last game of the Trans-Tasman Challenge for 2024. Big game coming up between Howard Warner and Esther Perrins from Australia. Welcome, Helen. Are you excited?
Yeah, and I'm feeling very honoured that we get to be the people who bring to the masses the commentary for this very important game. Howard's trying to win the entire tournament, and Esther is hoping to overtake Russell in the Australian standings. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I think Russell might have a 2-game lead on Esther at the moment, but yeah, I think like you sort of said, the overall winner might come down to Howard and Dylan from New Zealand. I think they're tied on wins with Howard. Howard's got the edge on spread, so I think if Howard wins this, he'll take out the overall standing winner, individual winner.
And he's no stranger to winning big games. I think he's rated number 1 in New Zealand, apart from perhaps Nigel, who's still playing over there. Is that right or not?
I don't know if Nigel still plays in New Zealand, but yeah, I think Nigel's based in Malaysia these days. But yeah, I think Howard's been on top of the New Zealand ratings for a long time, and I think he's been to like a dozen world championships, I think.
Esther's arrived at the table, woman after my own heart, here with her cup of tea that will get her through this last game.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I think New Zealand have taken out the event already. So they've convincingly beaten Australia this year in the Trans-Tasman Challenge. But yeah, still an important game this for the individual standings, and I think these are probably the top 2 rated players from each country. So should be a good game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. Hey, do you want to call it? Do you want to have a bet?
No bets for me. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you who I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
Esther, because she's from Australia.
Sure. Your unbiased opinion?
Yeah, so unbiased. Love Howard though. He stayed in Australia for 6 months or so. He used to come to a club that we had, and really got to know him. And he talked about his role as an editor. I think he is, he does something to do with literature. So he's a great person to hang around with and play.
Yes, I remember. We used to play at the old Homestead Inn in Fitzroy, and Howard made a few appearances many years ago. There you go, blast from the past.
Yeah, they were really good days, and we used to have lots of beer and lots of meals, and at least 3 games a night, I reckon, we got through. So
yes,
Melbourne's a great scene for Scrabble. These days I'm up in Townsville playing in a lovely private apartment with beautiful views of Magnetic Island. I don't know if Julie said yesterday, I think she did, that next year Townsville's hosting the Queensland Championships and the Women's Championships. So everyone's welcome in August from all over to join us up here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't been to the Magnetic Island tournament in quite a while, but yeah, perhaps I'll be back there one day.
Yeah, we're calling it a festival of Scrabble, and you'd qualify for all of them except, of course, the women's.
Thank you. Okay, looks like Esther is going first, and yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, all good. So looks like Esther's a bit of a clunky rack to start with. Plays WUD, which is fairly straightforward, I think, and it's back on Howard.
Okay, so Howard's got 2 Bs. END, he's put out bend on his rack. Guess he's thinking about playing that just above the... Oh, where is he thinking about playing that actually? Naween?
I don't know. I'd probably consider something like just bunk or something. Keeping BEDS, which is a pretty good leave.
Oh, okay. Yep. And Wad takes an S. Is that all?
Wudu is good as well, with a U.
Nice. Okay, so he's thinking of KN. Is KNUBBED perhaps a word?
Gee, I'm not sure. Is it? It is not. There you go. He's played bunk. Yeah, makes sense. He's got an S. Good setup.
Would you consider playing bunked, or is that not worth it?
I'd probably keep the ED. It's a pretty good leave, so yeah.
Fair. Esther's got a Z and a J, so some early big tiles coming out of the bag. And of course she's got ING, R and V.
Yeah, Esther's got a fairly clunky rack to play through. She might consider changing here.
Obviously, no big spot. Oh, she did. Look at that. You can read minds, Naween. Change 6 for Esther.
Yeah, interesting. She's opted to keep the Z, which is fine, I think.
Would you throw a Z back?
I don't know. Yeah, really good question. I think there are occasions where you would, and there are occasions where you wouldn't. Yeah, I think it's marginal. Wouldn't surprise me if Howard decided to change here as well. He decided to play blends and go for the score, which is fine.
Looks like he's all about just getting these words down and getting this game done. And Esther's got ISZIMDA, so 2 I's. She's just checking Howard added that up correctly. Always a good idea, so that you don't have to worry about counting back later.
Yeah, I think these two are they're both sort of reasonably quick players. So I think, assuming there are no awkward racks to play through, I'd expect this to be over. Before. Without going into any overtime.
Right, yep. So, any obvious spots with the Z that you can see at this point?
I cannot.
Let's have a look on the chat, see if anyone's got any suggestions. Not
probably,
at the moment.
Probably consider something like Kazi, maybe.
Yeah, I like that too. Looks like she's arranged that to consider it. MIDS, not a bad leave, I suppose. Meanwhile, Howard has a pain in the arse.
Yeah, no, he hasn't picked the best rack, has he? He might consider changing this time, depending on what Esther does. And she's opted for Kazi. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, as soon as you suggested it, I thought that's a great one. All right, I wonder if he will chuck a few R's back. Maybe get rid of those I's too. Would you keep an I, Naween?
Yeah, look, I'd consider exchanging, keeping RIE, or maybe even something like Rulier, maybe, through the L.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rulier's just as good as throwing back, I suppose, and you get some points. I always feel like whenever I throw an I back,
you get more.
I get another one. He seems to have arranged RU on the side, but I don't know if that's with any particular motive.
Yeah, I think he's going for Rulier, yeah.
So scores are pretty level. So hard to call from here. So Howard's just played Rulia, and that brings him up to a score of 51. Snap.
Scores outside.
Dead level, yeah.
She's almost got residuum if she had another U, but
Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I don't think she's quite got a bingo here.
Rubia is a suggestion. RUB. IER was probably a better one than Rulia. Did you?
Ah, yes.
That?
Yeah, look, I wasn't sure of Rubia. Yeah, that's probably slightly better than Rulia. Yep.
I suppose Howard might not have been sure of it either.
So she's got MEU lined up on her rack, which I think is reasonable. So it depends where she opts to play it. If she plays Voodoo and MEU, or whether she plays it next to the E of Rulia.
Seems to be lots of options.
Yeah, no, I think this is a good play. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a lovely leave too. SIDE.
Meanwhile, Howard's drawn more vowels.
Oh dear. You can never tell though. He's got quite a level sort of face when he plays, so he doesn't.
Yeah, bit of a poker face, perhaps.
Yeah, yeah. Whether he's winning or losing, he tends to have the same attitude, which is lovely. So you reckon you'd change?
Well, I don't know. I think, has he got OO and ZO lined up here?
Oh yeah, ZO and IO, yeah. He certainly does.
Would have been nice to get rid of a few more vowels, but Howard's quickly played OO, which is fine.
Okay, so Esther's got Edgley with an S.
Yeah, so she hasn't quite picked up a bingo, I don't think. But she's got plenty of scoring power here, like playing, GEY and YER, for example.
And then that would leave her with GLIDS, which is a nice leave.
Are there any suggestions in the chat? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah.
Radio silence. Feel free to hit us with your suggestions, folks. So nothing stand out to you at the moment, hey Naween?
Yeah, I think she might just try to score with the Y. Just until her rack materializes into a bonus, perhaps.
There's nothing through that ER that gets her Y on that triple letter, is there, that you can see? I'm just having a look if there might be something.
Well, she's got eerily, but the Y doesn't quite fall on the triple letter score. So.
Yeah, so nothing else to play with around there.
I think she might just be better off playing GEY or DEY, making YER. Which she's got lined up at the moment, I think.
And Howard still doesn't have a great situation that he's looking at there, so he's just taking the time to track and wondering why he plays this game.
Yeah, he's had a few clunky wrecks, hasn't he?
I'd say that she's going to do what you're saying, but she's probably just thinking about all the possibilities that it brings.
She's probably just double checking to make sure there's no 7s or 9s that she's missing.
Through the ER. Is that what
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good play.
So YER came in the last round of words, did it?
It certainly came in the last couple of years. I'm not sure which edition it was, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Howard, 2 consonants, 5 vowels. Almost the full set of vowels, except for the O.
Yeah, this isn't this isn't ideal for Howard. Yeah, he might just have to dump off a couple of vowels and keep fishing, unfortunately.
Is there anything that would go in front of that, like the AG, making some sort of 5-letter word down to the ending in A? Is there anything that would go there? I'll see what anyone has to say. Oh, someone said they'd try sedully.
Tempting, but yeah, I think Esther wisely did not.
Yes.
And she's been rewarded with a bingo here, so
lovely. So Howard played ANI, getting rid of a few of those pesky vowels. Hopefully he'll have a better situation. Oh no. Whoa. I'm laughing at Howard's poor Howard. 3 R's again. Did
he pick up like or something from the bag? Oh no, he had the U already, right? Yeah.
He had an R, so he definitely picked up 2 R's, I reckon.
How many is he had all the R's? He's had 2 R's when he played Roulier. He's got 3 now.
Oh yeah. And there's yeah, he'll probably get that last one that's in the bag too. Oh, nice score here for Esther with dilates and Kazis. Didn't take too long over that one.
Yeah, so Howard's in a bit of trouble here. If especially if Esther picks well, he might just play something like Tur, T-U-R-R, and get rid of some of the R's.
Yeah. He's just having a think. He's got plenty of time. R-U-E-R. I wonder what he's thinking there. Maybe true, T-R-U-E.
Yeah, and I think I'd play Tur, keep the E.
So T-I-R-R over to...
Oh no, T-U-R-R.
the triple. Yeah. Oh, T-U, yeah.
Yeah, normally I don't like keeping the V, but that lever is pretty good. I reckon EIRV.
It looks much better, doesn't it already? Yeah.
And it also opens up a few lanes which Howard needs to bingo with. And there we go. He's picked up the blank, so I think he's back in it.
Yep, definitely. And Esther, in the meantime, has 3 O's, an H. E-A-T, heat, and 3 O's, but she's not taking too long about this one, playing H-double-O.
Yeah, pretty good score. I would have briefly considered playing Toaroa through the R, which it might be a New Zealand word, I don't know, but I think who is way too many points. I think she's got to play that.
I wonder if they have those theme competitions. Sometimes they have at tournaments, the best New Zealand word and so on.
Sure. In fact, Toaroa is a kind of New Zealand shellfish, apparently.
Well, hasn't Howard's luck turned around? Isn't that great?
Yeah, looks like he's plonking down Grievers.
Esther, meanwhile, is probably going to have a sip of tea at this point because she is looking down the barrel of a heap of E's, I's, T's, O's, nothing significant to play with here.
Yeah, although she probably wouldn't be too concerned because I think she's still ahead by about 30 or 40 points, and it's not a very open board, so I think she'll still be. She'd still be the favourite at this stage.
So she needs to do what our good friend in Melbourne, Jeff Wright, suggests, which is GIFSIF, which stands for Get in Front, Stay in Front.
Haha. Shout out to Jeff Wright, who's a long-time tournament player from Melbourne. I think he's been playing since the early 80s, I'd say.
Also a regular at our pub gatherings that we used to have, although I don't know if he'd have the technical capabilities to be joining us on the stream, but you never know.
Indeed. Yeah, so not a great rack for Esther, but you know, she might just consider something like Toio or something like that, or Iota, like she's got lined up next to the next to dilates, perhaps.
There's not a lot of E's left, so she's got 2 of the last 3 E's. If I'm reading that correctly.
I think she's considering toe next to Grievers, making GO and RE.
Yeah. Leaving AITE.
Yeah.
Howard's got RASV, N, P, and M.
Looks like someone suggested vampire in the chat through the I and the E. So that's a good find. Well done to Zan A in the chat.
Let's see if Howard finds it.
He's quickly played map. I think vampire might be slightly better, perhaps.
Especially if you're thinking along your lines, which is get that V off your rack.
Yeah.
Oh, but Esther's rack doesn't look too bad here. FETIALS.
Yeah. Does she have a bonus here? Well, she does. She can play fetals and wuds.
Lovely. Anything through the R over on the right hand triple?
Cannot see.
Have a look if anybody else is seeing anything. There's one cool anagram of fetials. Do you know it? Naween?
I should know it.
Putting you on the spot, aren't I?
Oh, all good.
And she is playing what you said, and we will get back to you all with that answer.
Ah, yes, sea lift. That's right.
Nice.
Which wouldn't go down on the spot, I don't think. But yeah, I think Howard's in a bit of bother here. He's picked pretty poorly, and interestingly, if vampire had come down, I think Esther wouldn't have had a place to bingo. So that could be pretty costly.
Do you know if Howard looks at his games later on to see what Blackwood would have suggested?
Don't know. It looks like is he holding? I think he's holding fetals. I think because he realizes this could be the game. Or perhaps they're just counting the score.
Yeah, it looks like the clock's going back on. So Howard's got a Q. In answer to my question that I asked before, Naween, apparently Howard just forgets about the game as soon as it's over, doesn't go back.
Ah, interesting.
Surprising, actually.
Yeah, so he's got cut lined up, but yeah, his leave is just very average. But he doesn't have many options here, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. So Dylan's wife, who's in the chat, she'll be hoping that he'll get across the line if Howard can't do it this time. WACFA is also another option suggested. WAQF.
Yeah, certainly worth considering, but it probably gives away a bit too much. He might even consider changing here. I don't know. His rack leave is just so bad. But he's down by almost 100, so he probably just needs to, I don't know, maybe just keep on scoring and just QAT and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's that V's still pestering him. Esther's just taking the time to check over all the leftover tiles that are not yet seen. She's got ING again on her rack, IO and YNO, so she's got quite a lot of vowels again. She's certainly not going to come back with another bingo, that's for sure, in the next move.
Oh, that's interesting. He's opted for Nor. Okay, there you go. Interesting. Pretty bad rack leave, but he's gone for the score. He really needs a good pickup here, or else it's game over. Yeah, I think it's over.
Okay, so he's picked up O, F and C. Okay, so he's yawning now. He's like, oh, can we just go have some wine?
Is that a bit of a giveaway, you reckon?
He just looks a bit checked out, perhaps. Esther's played U.
Yeah. Okay, so she's taken out the slightly sort of blocky sort of move, taken out the front hooks for the R of Rulier. So yeah, making it even more restrictive to bingo on this board.
Yeah, and I guess that's what she's trying to do, isn't she? She doesn't want to keep it open for any more bingos for herself. The main point of the game here for her is to keep it blocked. Is that you're thinking as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, if she's not too concerned about the margin and if she's just going for the win, she probably just wants to finish the game as quickly as possible and yeah, just keep it blocked up, I suppose.
It'll be interesting to see the final standings, see if Australia's caught up a bit in the last few games. I feel like there's been a lot of Aussie wins, so we might have made up some ground in the latter part of the tournament. Esther certainly doesn't need to worry about her overall margin after that big win she had in the first game with a 630 over 200 something against Paul Stanley.
I think Howard needs to exchange here. He's had that Q and the V for far too long. Yeah, it's got to go.
What would you put back in the bag?
I'd probably exchange everything and keep RS on my rack.
Okay. And just hope you can find a bingo off that R, perhaps, or onto the Y.
Well, he's got to try and pick up one of the E's and that last blank to have any chance. And then maybe hope Esther gets stuck with the Q. Yeah, put it back on her.
And he didn't change. He played VROW.
What's he doing? He's playing through the... Okay.
You're not a fan of that move?
Well, I just don't think it does his winning chances any favors. But I mean, who knows? I mean, he might have something up his sleeve that we're not seeing.
Okay. Yeah. So what you're saying essentially is that the only real chance he has is of getting a good rack and bingoing, making some good scores is not going to do it at this point.
Yeah, and I think put the Q back in the bag, so hopefully it goes on Esther's rack, and she's got to deal with it.
Yeah, nice move. Yep. Yeah, there's obviously not. I can't see anything at the moment for a Q, so yeah. So Esther's got towing plus another I, TOEING, and an I.
Yeah, I think. I was going to suggest something like just Ignite and RE, but that exposes the QI spot, so maybe not.
So not a vowel to speak of on Howard's rack there. And Esther's just taking her time. She's got just under 10 minutes left, and we've got 21 tiles left.
Hey, you're right about Howard yawning. He's let out a few yawns, isn't he? Might be a that might be a that might be a
Yeah.
sign.
Oh, he's just thinking about wherever they're all retiring to, whichever salubrious drinking establishment they're all going to go and have their debrief
Hmm.
at. Does Howard live in the local area? Do you know?
I don't even know where they're playing. They're playing in Auckland or really?
G'day from Australia. We don't know where you are.
Sorry guys, we haven't done our homework properly.
I think it's a Rotorua or something.
Ah, okay.
We're in Auckland, sorry.
Oh wow, she's played Gov. That's interesting. That's actually quite dangerous because, yeah, he could have a pretty big comeback if he had a vowel.
Yeah, interesting.
I think she's probably fixated on blocking all the bonuses, so I can see why she did that.
So Howard's, is it too late to no, definitely not too late to change. So your suggestion here would be get rid of those letters and keep the S. Maybe
Yeah,
just the S.
I mean, if he doesn't change here, then I mean. So meanwhile, Scott's confirmed in the chat that they're playing in Auckland, and Scott and Lewis Hawkins have confirmed that Howard lives near Wellington these days.
Lovely. And apparently, along with you, Naween, Quackle also thought exchange was the best option. So,
are you quackling away in the background, are you?
I am not.
Okay.
I'm getting intel.
Oh, the secret intel.
Yes. No, I don't think I've got a minute to quackle. You know, there's too much yawning to watch. Okay, Esther's back on, and Howard did what you suggested. Is that the leave you would have done yourself?
Look, I don't know. At this stage, I think it probably doesn't matter too much. But look, PHS is a pretty, yeah. Look, I don't mind it because he's going to have to bingo and he's going to have to score quite well as well. So, unfortunately, he hasn't picked up the last blank. But at least he's got the cue back in the bag, and he's just got to hope that Esther picks it up and, you know, gets stuck with it, maybe, to have any hope.
Wouldn't be enough, would it, though? I mean, 20, getting stuck with 20 should probably still be ahead enough. Depends on sort of what strategic play he chooses to go for. He's at least got an X now, but like you say, it's nowhere near a bingo.
Yeah, I mean, he could just dump the X, making X and XU next turn, and I don't know, hope to pick up the blank, but Esther's just blocked that.
So she's taken away that lane, which leaves the only one left I can see is the one onto the Y. Is that right?
Yeah, Esther's just in full blocking mode at the moment. She's just going for the win, which is, yeah, fine. Yeah, I just don't know what Howard's got to do. Maybe he's just got to try and score and keep opening. And interestingly, Esther has picked up the Q, but she's got a pretty good rack to deal with it. So.
And good news is we've just hit the highest number of subscribers, viewers for the tournament on this final game. So everyone's very keen to watch and find out what happens. Thank you to all our viewers.
Yeah, thanks for the support, guys. This is our last game for the event, and oh, here we go. We've got the standings up. I don't know if people can see that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, and New Zealand have convincingly won the event, and the individual standings are they're between Howard and Dylan are vying for the overall individual placings. It'll probably come down to this game because it looks like Howard's going to lose this game, so it'll probably depend on whether Dylan wins his last game. So perhaps if we can switch back to the game. There we go.
Yeah. And I suppose, who's Dylan playing? Chris, was it Chris something? No.
Well, Dylan should be playing somebody from Australia.
Of course. Chris.
Oh, okay, Chris Ostrowski, you reckon? Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'll find out in a moment. My intel will update me.
Oh, yes.
So Howard's playing Esther and Dylan is playing Victor. Victor, of course, quite a consummate poker player as well. So he won't give in to Dylan easily. So that will be an interesting result when we get it.
So, what's Howard looking at? Has he got pars set up on his rack?
What's he got? PAHS? Yeah. He wouldn't use the S though at this point, would he?
I mean, he would if he's got a decent play making govs onto the triple word score, but I can't even see anything that he could do there, anything decent. He's just playing lap, yeah.
And hoping that the S hook comes good for him.
Or the A.
Or A.
Yeah.
Just thought of that too. Is that the only... there's...
Clap.
Oh, there's two C's there. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. He's got the blank. He's got a pulse. He's got a pulse.
That's good. There is hope.
But I think you'll find that Esther will just quickly play cut and TAG. Leave 2 tiles in the bag, and I think it'll be game over after that.
So a couple of people just asking about the standings again. I'm pretty sure that if Dylan wins and Howard loses, that Dylan will win the tournament.
Esther just played DQT and quickly fixed it up.
Do you know what I did once against Esther? I had 2 vowels. I was so proud to find beetroot, but I played it as beertoot.
Ooh.
And she said challenge. I said, oh, why are you challenged? She goes, that's not how I spell that. Beertoot. Oh, I was so annoyed at myself, especially after finding that with 2 blanks.
Yeah, so Howard needs a Hail Mary here. He needs to. There's two in the bag. He needs to dump off 1 tile and I don't know. Somehow hope that something like AAL, for example.
You know what one of those tiles in the bag is? Oh no, sorry, the cue's been played. Sorry, yeah, I thought the cue was still there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gone here about. Yeah, he might sort of try something. Well, he has to try something drastic.
But where would he even play it? Just down to the Y? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm saying I'm saying he needs to open something up, which isn't easy to block, which is probably not possible on this board.
Well, if anyone can find it, I reckon you might be able to. So have another look.
You know what he could do? He could just dump the S on Oyers, hoping to pick up a E for hexatic or something like that. Which, I mean,
But then she'd block it anyway, wouldn't she, though?
Well, you'd think so, but who knows? There are 2
I love
E's left.
that idea. Hexatic, how wonderful that would be. What about something on top of the AL, like AAL or something, and then would that work for hexatic?
Unfortunately, Al sets up Tal, and she's got the last T, but yeah, I mean, he might have to try something like that. I mean, he doesn't know that she's got the T, so yeah. Or he might just throw in the towel. We'll see.
We think that there's an E and an F left in the bag.
Yeah, he's thrown in the towel. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's impossible to win from here. So he's just taken the score, and yeah, GG.
And then he'll wander over and have a look at Dylan's game. Now, which of the 2 is better off in terms of margin? Is it Howard?
I think it's Howard comfortably on margin. So
yeah. So he could still win the tournament if poor old Dylan falls over.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we know who Dylan's playing yet in the other game?
Yeah, Victor.
Ah, okay. So
Victor Tung, yeah, he's very good.
Victor's no slouch.
No.
In fact, is that Victor in the background? I think they've already finished.
And you know who Victor's regular sparring partner and mentor is? You know,
yes.
don't you?
Yeah. She's playing.
He's Esther.
Yeah.
She has absolutely taken Victor under her wing, and it's over the many years I've known him, he has grown so much as a player. He used to be so grumpy whenever he lost. Now he doesn't lose as often, and he's a little bit more nice after a game.
Yeah, we should try and find out what happened to Victor's game, because yeah.
Let me get some intel for you. Yeah, so yeah, Victor's recently won quite a few tournaments, and yeah, his ratings have really gone up, so he's doing really well.
In fact, if I see correctly, Victor's packed up his bag and he's ready to catch his flight, I think.
Well, he also does a very good poker face, so sometimes it's hard to tell what's happening with him. Like you, a fan of poker. So
I have some intel myself this time, and I've been told that Dylan has lost, and which means Howard takes out the individual standing. So well done, Howard. And Team New Zealand, who've taken out the overall quite convincingly.
Yes, well done to our friends across the Dutch.
So, a very impressive Kiwi accent there, Helen.
Thank you. Hope it didn't offend anybody.
So what's Esther thinking? Is she looking for? Is she just double checking everything, make sure that she can't possibly lose this game, or has she got inject lined up through the sea of chais? Or there we go. Okay.
So a good outcome for both of them. Howard got to sort of muddle through a lot of very unyielding racks and still win the tournament, and Esther gets to take home another win.
Yeah, I think Howard just plays flex and and
goes and gives Dylan a hug.
That's that.
Yeah, Dylan. It'll be tough for him, but he played really well as well.
Yeah, I think both players played pretty well this game. I mean, I can't they weren't sort of blessed with great racks. I think the only a couple of just interesting plays there from Howard holding on to the cue, I suppose. But yeah, apart from that, I think they both played quite well.
Yeah, I think the only thing you weren't sure about was whether or not he could have perhaps exchanged a bit earlier than he did.
Yeah, and I think also that vampire play. I guess we could sort of ask him after the game if he's coming on the mic, or whether it's Esther, whether he sort of saw that. But yeah, I think that would have made a difference as well, because that would have blocked the Features play.
And they're just going through the final motions here.
Could have played PUH here.
Yeah.
And in fact, I held back the P and the H for that lovely spot there. But then, of course, you blocked that.
I had to, because that was the only scoring spot.
Yeah, obviously. But, so all round that was.
But I had lots of fouls and one pointers, and I couldn't really score.
But you had those two really nice.
Can you have tea, Emmy?
Yeah.
Just dilates would have fit it there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure of it. So I know Thames. Yeah, but oh well. They'll tell me off when they sing it.
It was just those two sort of straightforward ones that were.
And I mean, it was a block board because and I wasn't going to work.
And that was.
I was pleased you did that.
I could have done QAT, leaving myself with 5 nasty concerts. Yeah. WB and so on. I thought, well, there were still some eyes to come, so I took the risk of that, and I never got an eye.
Yeah, well, I had loads of them, and I was keeping one back for the queue because I thought I'm not going to blow them all.
And so I held the queue for so many turns, then of course you got that. No, never in it. So 407 and 360. Yeah. Just going to see what happens. They're all smiling, so I'm guessing he might have won that one.
Yeah, I should have played it down there. It would have been huge.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't sure of it. I thought, well, if it comes off, Yeah.
Well done. That was probably just my worst tile drawing of the entire tournament.
All right. Well,
What a time, especially while on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, not really, but anyway, yeah, okay, yeah.
They can talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Hi Esther, well done on the win.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say, why didn't you play down there?
Not sure what, sorry?
TEME, I could have played dilates down there for a lot.
Okay, well, no one saw that, so
really?
Yeah, no, all good.
What are you doing? You're supposed to spot those things.
We're just having a chat and having a good time here.
Okay, well that's good then, because it's tense here. Anyway, that was good. Yeah, but it was too little too late. I stuffed, well, I didn't have good first days, so anyway. Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, no pressure. I'm absolutely zonked. I just lost the last game by 1, and I was absolutely shattered. And I just thought, going onto the camera like this, it was just, yeah.
No, well, we didn't notice any, glaring sort of misplays. I think both of you played really well. It was interesting. We sort of noticed after you got in front by about 80 or 90 points, you started sort of blocking the board with stuff like Gov and Trine. Was that a because if he comes down there, he's going to get 80 or something. So I had to try and kill it. But I was conscious of the queue, so I was not going to burn both eyes. So I was always going to keep an eye back because, Q could make me come unstuck, So yeah.
Howard threw it back. He said he threw it back. So yeah. Well, mine didn't flow to start with. I mean, it was just one pointers.
It's interesting. I've just noticed both of your bingos have the tiles AEILST.
Yeah, that's right. And I hate L's.
Yeah. But
no, I was pleased. I just couldn't believe that he was struggling more than me. Oh well, that was only because I'd only just finished the other game, and I was so sort of parched because it was. I say we did a recount because it was just the 1 point. It was just such an exciting game, that one, again with Chris Tallman. He was saying, it should have been on camera because it was such a amazing game. But anyway, glad it wasn't.
And
Yeah, good, excellent.
and what did you think about the whole event? It sounds like New Zealand won convincingly. Are they the real deal?
Oh yeah, they are. Honestly, I knew going in that we were going to be on a Hydington. I think because I mean there's so many good players here now because they've had all these imports and it's an amazingly strong field. When you think of all the players that weren't playing, they didn't qualify. Some of the old timers just weren't good enough. So it's.
Yep.
Oh, well, no, she's always defected though, but I think it's revitalised.
Fantastic. Well, our director has just confirmed that Howard has won the tournament, so we might.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to talk to
yeah,
Howard?
Yeah.
Put him
We
on,
might set it.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Well done again.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. See ya. Bye.
Hey Howard, well done. It's Naween and Helen here.
Hi, long time no see, particularly you, Helen. Oh, yes. I can't believe it. That was the worst drawing I've had in this whole tournament. It was horrendous. All vowels and then all consonants.
Yeah. No, we sort of noticed when you played Rulier and then after that, you were just sort of struggling through your racks and. I think that there probably wasn't a lot that you could do, but no. Is there anything that you might have done differently, perhaps, or not really?
When I changed those 7 consonants, I was thinking of doing PUH, which is about 30-something points, but it still left me with 5 big, nasty consonants. And then you noticed I kept back P and H with my S, so that I could still take that spot, and then Esther blocked that with the trine, which was sort of an obvious spot to go. So I'd never got into it. It was just and when I played Chais, I'd given up.
Yeah. No. Did you have any intel that you'd won the tournament despite?
No. No. I thought it was so gone on me because Dylan doesn't lose 2 games in a row. But then I don't normally as well, so go figure. We've both been romping along throughout today, and we both lose the last 2 of the day. Yeah. Yes, he had a thumping big game. 4 big bingos, a couple of them with over 90 points, and I was having good tiles myself, but everything was just going his way. So I thought I was just sort of just coming to the end of my run.
Yeah, no, there was one play spotted in the chat which we didn't sort of spot either. When you played map, a player vampire through the I and the E, which might have blocked fetals. Did you see that, or because I think you played map pretty quickly, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Vampire double was it?
Oh no, it wasn't a double. Okay. It was just through a disconnected I and an E, I think.
I think I had quite a reasonable leave when I did map, didn't I? And I was also trying to keep.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep that channel for myself. Down onto wood. So I was really quite pleased with that play because it was scored well, balanced my rack. Even though I think I picked up a whole lot more constants, didn't I?
Yeah, no, it was just unfortunate. I think after that your racks went downhill, and there probably wasn't much you could do after that. So.
I really only had one good rack, and that was the Grievers.
Yes. So where to from here? When's your next big event?
Couple of small New Zealand tournaments, and then New Zealand Masters at Easter, National Championships in June. I haven't got any other internationals planned, but might try and get to the World Seniors in Berlin in, I think it's September. I'd love to get back to that part of the world.
Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you, and I hope I see you guys again soon. I did come over to Australia earlier this year for the City of Sydney Masters, but you guys weren't there.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple of big events on our. Sorry, go on, Helen.
Can't remember. Sorry, I didn't win it. No. They all start to blur after a while, you know. Yeah.
Well, if you think of coming to Australia, we've got the Decathlon in December, late December, which is a 10-game event. We've got our nationals over Easter in, I think it's in April next year, and then we've got the Victorian champs, I think in around June next year as well. So
That could interest. I never come to your nationals because it's always the same time as our masters, and our masters is my favourite event.
right.
Yeah. Oh, you heard about that? I heard about that. We've got some people coming from going from New Zealand to play in Berlin and Budapest, and they're going to go via Townsville. So that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us a bit about the event and the streaming this year. Like, is this the first time that you guys have had sort of a streaming sort of
Yes.
this quality and such a great product?
Absolutely. It's the first I've had anything to do with this. I helped the guys do an early commentate on an early trial. I was commentating together with young Lewis Hawkins, but and that was fun. But this is the first time I've been streamed. Let's say. No, apart from the world virtual champs, which I think I was streamed there. But that's great. It's a really wonderful development, and I hope lots of people from around New Zealand and Australia and the world came to watch.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I was having a chat to the producer the other day, and hopefully Australia can take a leaf out of this as well, and incorporate some of what you guys are doing. Because well done to you and the team, and I'm sure there's many people behind the scenes who
Absolutely, huge
who
amount of
made
work.
this work. Yeah.
And don't hesitate to tap into Alexander's expertise. He's brilliant.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be switching over to the prize giving ceremony shortly. Thanks Helen for joining us. It's been quite enjoyable. Thanks guys. Bye.